What's up guys, welcome to a video I didn't plan on shooting because we are 24 hours away from the start of the biggest, most expensive and craziest drift event the world has ever seen. And I thought I'd give you a little guide behind the scenes. It's going to be a raw video, nobody's seen this before, you guys are in for a treat, this place is insane. Alright guys, welcome to the PGA Narodowe in Poland. As you can see, I'm not in my official Driftmasters gear. This is pre-event. We normally don't film any of this, but I thought this place is so special that we wanted to show you guys basically all the cool facts and figures about how all of this came to be. So 12 months ago, the decision was made that we needed a bigger stadium. We've already done 3 or 4 different stadium events in Poland. We started in Płock a couple of years ago. We moved out to about 10,000 people. Last year we had Łódź, which is about 12,000 people. But jumping to 53,000 people sold out is absolutely mind-blowing. So this stadium, as you can see, and if you're not aware, is the home of Driftmasters this weekend, the finale of the championship, with 6 drivers gunning for the title. It's going to be very competitive. This stadium, as you can see, every seat is red and white because we're in Poland. And this is the biggest national stadium in Poland. It was built in 2012 for the European Football Championship. And that was the idea. Since then it's hosted Ed Sheeran, Beyonce, everybody. I think The Weeknd was here 2 weeks ago. Is that crazy? The Weeknd sold out this stadium, and then 2 weeks later, drifting sold out this stadium, which is mind-blowing to me, who's been in the sport since like 2010. This is the biggest stadium in Poland. So the capacity for this stadium is about 57,000 people. You'll see all these banners on the first 5 rows. That's just for health and safety, for any debris. That's why they're there. So we already have 53,000, but if you add in all the media, the staff, the teams, this is roughly around 55,000 people in here on Saturday night. This track, well, this was just laid yesterday, so the tarmac that I'm standing on is still quite sticky. The idea is it's all concrete on the floor. Could we drift on the concrete? Sure, but there's no grip on the concrete. Also, you'd leave a lot of damage to the stadium. And the idea with this event is that you get here, you do what you do, and then you got to have it cleaned up within 48 hours so they can go back to being a stadium again. So 72-hour build, 48-hour cleanup. That is 24 hours a day. Started with just putting down dirt, then obviously they level all of the dirt, then they put all of the tarmac on top of it. After the tarmac, we put in all the walls. But I want to talk to you about the walls. So these walls, you gotta see this, you gotta see this. So these walls are specifically designed for this purpose. These are not walls used for roadways or anything. These are just for this drift event. In case you don't believe me, in Polish this means barrier for drifting. So these walls were designed specifically for this event because the walls we had before used to fall over. They were about, per wall there, I think they were about 1 ton or 1.5 ton. These are 3.2 ton just for this. So it's very, very thick concrete. These catch barriers also completely created just to fit into these specific walls to obviously protect the audience from any debris from the cars. So not only on top of everything else, these barriers and catch fences are just for this specific event. Want to know how much they cost? I'm not going to tell you every cost, but these 220,000 euro just for the walls and the catch fences. Here's another interesting story. Obviously, to make the center of this track look cool, you've got artificial grass, right? So artificial grass for this amount of area, probably about 10 to 12,000 euro. But it didn't pass health and safety. All of the grass had to be fireproof because it's a motorsport event. 72 grand's worth of grass right there. Just in case you're getting a level of the cost of this event. Now obviously the place is sold out, but this is huge risk from everybody involved in Driftmasters. This track was laid down overnight last night. It'll probably dry. We're going to do a little smoke test on it later on just to make sure it's all good. As I said, we got 2 massive stages here in front. So if you look up, if you're in the top seats, you've got these massive screens. So this is going to play all of our broadcast on Red Bull TV. We don't say live stream anymore because that's old school drift talk. Live stream used to be like 10 guys with 3 cameras. This is like 120 people running the broadcast for Red Bull TV. So it's a TV show. and it's broadcast to, as far as I know, in 13 different languages across 26 different countries, from Red Bull TV all the way to live television. So a lot of people don't know that we actually are live to across the world, and then it goes into highlight reels, so it goes out to millions of people, which is really, really crazy for drifting as well. which is the help of obviously Red Bull TV getting us to do that. The roof on this, I'm going to get to this in a bit, the roof is crazy. So this PVC roof, the cabling alone in this roof is 1,200 tons. Just for the cabling, the whole roof is PVC, and that has to be open for the event because all the smoke obviously is going to be an issue for anybody sitting high. So this roof later today will open and it will stay open for the event. Thankfully we have no rain forecast because you can't obviously have all the fumes and all the smoke in here with all these people and no ventilation. So how do we get the smoke up and out of the stadium? Well, we have 16 industrial fans that are huge, big, massive V8 fans that sit in here and push that air and all the smoke up to try and get the smoke and clear it as quick as possible, which is also another nightmare that we're not really going to know much about until we go live. These stages are going to be 2 interview boxes, so commentary will be on these, not Ian and I, will be on the broadcast commentary studio. This will be live commentary, interviews, couches, all that kind of stuff. And then this is a clever idea. What looks like just a big black thing is actually an LCD screen. So an LED screen, not an LCD screen. LCD screen is pretty old school, right? So LED. So on the ground floor, they have these 3 huge screens. So if you're sitting low, you can watch these screens down on the track. If you're sitting up high, you've got the big screens up here. Never seen anything quite like it for a drift event. But obviously this venue is built for this. It's got 50 different bars. I think it's like 70 toilet blocks. It's got like, it's built for this purpose, which is the easy part of this event, is that the venue itself, all the VIP boxes, everything else can handle this amount of people. The hard part is obviously putting a full custom drift track in the middle of it. The amount of audio we've had to put in here because the standard speakers in the stadium, you'll see them hanging up on these cables, were just too feeble. So we have to bring in definitely the largest sound system for any drift event ever, because the cars are so loud. We obviously need the commentary and the music and everything else to be loud as well. So that is all around there. I'm going to stand up on this, bring you up on this. So this is quite a cool view of the inside of the track. So the wild thing is when you come up here and you actually get a sense of the scale. It's really hard in video to see this, but it's absolutely huge. I mean, to think every single one of those seats is sold out. Like, not sold out, I mean every seat, specifically that seat, is sold out all the way around the stadium. It's 9 stories high for drifting, which is crazy. Now where we just came in, you'll see they've tarmac just out to the gate. This is going to be straight out to the paddock. So paddock is outside the stadium. The cars will run in 2s essentially for practice and for qualifying and everything else, and they'll do a lap of the circuit. You can see now the guys are currently painting the red and white markers along the wall and on the inside of the track. So normally at a racetrack you got to use lime and water. Is what we use. You mix them together, you paint the lime, and therefore the lime remains and the water evaporates. Here we don't care about wrecking the track. We can just paint all the clipping boxes. So basically yeah, we'll have all of this painted with actual paint for the clipping boxes, because we can just make it perfect. Normally at a racetrack you can't leave that much damage. This racetrack is going to be gone in like 72 hours, so it doesn't matter. So that's the nice part about it. But there's some other cool stuff. This is the inside, this is the track on the inside. We're making progress, we're not far away. Once the paint goes down, we obviously let the tarmac cure a little bit, because obviously it's fresh tarmac. And then once tarmac is cured, we can open the roof, and it doesn't really matter because the tarmac is all good. And then we'll have a smoke test, as I said, later today, just our grip test to make sure that the tarmac is holding up, because one of the big worries you have with something like this is that obviously these cars run extreme grip, very, very grippy tires, the grippiest tires in world drifting, and you don't want it to start tearing up all the tarmac straight away. So we got to test that beforehand just to make sure everything is all good. But we've done it before, so I feel like it's all going to be pretty okay. Yeah, anticipation is building. People are landing in airports all over. I mean, this is the crazy thing. We have 53,000 people here, but 25,000 people are flying into Warsaw from all over the world to watch this event. So there is more people, this is just the fact I'm going to give you, more people flying into this event than has ever been at a drift event before. And this is also another interesting thing. But if you look at this doorway here, if you go from that doorway to where the Pegay Narodowy sign, see that? Yeah. And up, just there, that's the attendance record for drifting broken. So from that door to there and up to the top is the most amount of people that have ever been at a drift event before. And that is just 1/4 of the stadium. It's mind-blowing. Right, let's go explore inside some of these incredible, like there's an absolute maze of stuff in behind here, but I want to go show you some cool stuff too. Oh, before we go anywhere, also there's a ton of halftime show stuff. So we got supercars, we've got a big old ramps for our motocross guys to do basically, I don't know anything about motocross stuff, 360s, backflips, whatever, jumps essentially. And then we also have a fireworks display that happens between the top 32 and the top 16. 100 Gs of fireworks. And that is one of the biggest health and safety problems we have with this event, is because you're lighting all of those fireworks inside the stadium. So that's why everyone has to be pushed way back, but it's going to be spectacular. So we're now in one of the millions of corridors. So this is where the national Polish football team played last week. They lost 12-8, they weren't too happy about that. But that's why the floor is all rubber, because it's all for studs, so people can, and it's really crazy how our Driftmasters media room, which only has one moron in it at the moment.
Just me.
So this is actually the dressing room for the football teams when they play here. As you can see, might recognize this guy, Lewandowski. So he would have sat here a week ago, and now he's been replaced by a much more talented person in Josh Holdsworth in this room. So this is where they would actually get dressed and run out onto the pitch. So this is where our media room is. So it's just really random. So it's the first media room we've ever had with full showers and what is it, a physio room, just in case.
It's the first time we can actually all have communal showers together. There is a shower room of about 10, so really looking forward to that one.
I am not looking forward to that. I don't want to be involved in that, no.
I'm pretty sure nobody's getting involved in that, Josh.
Just me?
Don't want to disappoint you just before we kick off the event, but I'm pretty sure everyone's just going to shower in the hotel. Anyway, we'll move on from this. And the next place I want to show you, we got to go, I'm actually in the middle of work right now, so I'm going to go jump into the JZX and actually drive around to the other side of the stadium. We get to see the outside, because we have to pick out where we're putting our Drift Games merch tent. So Adam's just been on the phone, so I'm working while I'm filming. Alright, so we're going to take a spin around the stadium in the JZX. The car is actually parked underneath what you saw earlier on, so underneath the actual, I guess the track is where the car is. Obviously we're giving this car away. The giveaway is now live on the driftgames.life website. We'll put a link below. We just did 7 days traveling across Europe. It was a crazy road trip with so many adventures. So if you haven't watched those videos, go back and watch them. We drove it all the way from Ireland. This car is a Tokyo Auto Salon X-Kazama Promo demo car. And we did some skids. We met up with LZ, we went to the Nürburgring, we went street drifting and a few other things. Anyway, the car is going to be given away Monday at 8 PM. We are about a third of our entries sold. So whoever wants to win this car, it is a really special car. So all you gotta do is go on our site, download a digital poster. You can download multiple from multiple entries. And I don't think this is gonna sell out probably, because we're not a huge YouTube channel. So you have great odds to win this if you get an entry in now. I love this thing, I really don't want to give it away. But right now, before you guys get your hands on it, I need a taxi to get around the stadium.
It doesn't smell the best in here after you've been in, the three of you have been in here.
You'll get a full valet, come on, we've been in this car for 7 days straight. All the cars getting unloaded. Also a logistical nightmare, because of the 55 drivers we have this weekend, 42 of them now have big rigs, or articulated lorries as we call them. There's Laurie Heinen, he's in the championship fight this week. And yeah, so we're setting everything up on the outside now. You can see the pits getting ready with all the different drivers. There is Korpelinski, all the boys. So hype is building for sure, but trying to organize all of these rigs. We got staff out here making sure all the rigs are in the right place. I'm not sure where I'm going, but I think I'm going up this ramp. Obviously we are running Driftmasters, but we also have our Drift Games merch tent here as well. So Adam is just about to ask me where to put it, and we'll decide on the position, and then the good old JZX will be on display all weekend alongside LZ's shop and Night Ride. Hello Adam.
Hello.
Are you having a great time?
It's very warm. Let's go having a good time.
Yeah, having a good time. Yeah. It's pretty exciting.
It's been a little bit exciting.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking there's going to be a lot of people. 53,000 people are going to come through here.
Exactly.
Which is like a football match.
Some mount.
Ed Sheeran-esque.
Ed Sheeran-esque.
Ed Sheeran spec is what we're going to call this weekend. Ed Sheeran spec.
A few moments later.
Alright, so we finally marked out our position where our shop's going to be. We'll come back later on and see how the boys are getting on. Craig and Adam have a bit of work to do. So we're going to get back in the JZX and go back inside and show you some more cool stuff at the stadium. So not only is the action going to be thick and fast inside the stadium, we also have all of the foyers of the entire stadium full of amazing cars. And they're just getting delivered here right now. You can see R34 GTRs, we got crazy Evo 5s, Evo 8s. Up here we got a Mark IV Supra, full carbon fiber front end. We've got a GTR R35, You have a Lambo Huracan up there. So these are all crazy cars that are going to be on display for the weekend for people coming in through the turnstiles. Just giving the event that little bit more flavour, a bit more of a show, a bit more of an event. The drifting's pretty cool, but having this there as well and all these crazy machines is just putting a little spice on it. Alright, so the guys are getting set up. What's up, boys? Already, these are the amazing drone pilots we have at Driftmasters. They're humble guys, but they are very, very good. You guys will know from the footage, and this is all our start line Marshall with his camera for on the track. Getting ready, getting all the testing done. You can see on the track now we got the big inflatable ramp for all the motorcycle jumps. I say motorcycle jumps like I'm 70 years of age. I don't know why, like moto jump. Freestyle motocross, that's probably what it's called, right? So they're all getting set up right now. I want to go up high though and show you guys all of the commentary box. You gotta see the commentary box. So we're in the lift now heading up towards the VIP, but just to let you know that the scale of this event, if you look at this poster, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Beyonce, Harry Styles, Pink, Depeche Mode, The Weeknd, Imagine Dragons, football, national football team, and then Driftmasters. So welcome to our commentary booth, definitely the biggest commentary booth I've ever seen. We've got a couch, we've got room to play football I think in here, and all the walls are soundproofed, so they're all sound deadened so that my voice, as you can hear, has no echo in here, which is really dead sound, which is really cool. This is our commentary position. The three judges will be here, and Ian and I will be here, and what a view we have of the stadium, as you can see, turning on the screens in the middle right now, just testing those. And obviously this whole event is almost at night time, so it starts just at dusk and then it goes into the night, so all the lights come on, the whole place looks fantastic. So yeah, I'm really overwhelmed actually, because as much as I'm trying to explain to you guys in an entertaining way, even though I know this event is coming and we've all planned this for so long, to see it in the flesh is just mind-blowing. Crazy, yeah. So I'm going to basically take a moment and then I'm going to go back downstairs. I got to get into my official gear, start doing some meetings, start meet and greets with all of the different parties involved. It's a very busy weekend for me, so I'm going to try and keep the camera on me, but later on today, when we've got a little bit more vision of what the stadium's going to look like when it's all finished and we're doing some testing and some lights and all that, we'll pick up the camera again and show you guys a little bit more. Alright, so setup is almost complete for the biggest drift event we've ever done. In history. We're going to be commentating. Peter is now on the track in his Supra testing, and everyone's coming out to watch. We're going to get the first look of what this place sounds like and looks like with a car going.
I mean, Dave, I'm excited. I don't know about you. This has been a whole year in the waiting. Yeah, a whole year in the waiting for this. We've been building up, and now it's time. It's time, Dave.
Well, I think for me, 10 years into the game to get goosebumps like this right before an event. Blaine's got to get this video out really quick and we got a ton of work to do, so we just wanted to give you a little behind the scenes. It's not the main event, we will be filming at the main event, but if you want to watch the event live, the qualifying will be live on Driftmasters YouTube channel, and then you got to download the Red Bull TV app to watch the full event on Saturday. It's a free app, you never pay to watch Driftmasters. Bunch of people trying to scam, but yeah, 53,000 people in here this weekend, 9 stories high, 55 drivers from 23 countries, biggest event in history. Let's do it.